A very warm welcome to everyone who's watching this PlayWrite conversation series, and this is a curtain raiser for IPL 2020. We have with us the illustrious sports journalist Mr. Vijay Lokapalli and Mr. VRV Singh, former Test cricketer and one-day cricketer, who's just joining us again in a little while. So, what I wanted to say in the beginning was that these playwright conversations have been adding a lot of value to the sports lovers' lives in the recent past. And now we are, in fact, 3 years old. We've been doing these playwright events. And we have also been doing in the last 6 months of the pandemic, we've been doing lots of these online conversations. So it's lovely to be connected to all of you in this manner. We wish we could meet one day for another playwright mega event, and it will happen probably, hopefully, in February or March. We have now VRV Singh joining us, and it is VRV's birthday. So, a very warm welcome and happy birthday, VRV.
Thank you, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you very clearly, and good to see you. And Vijayji, it's always a pleasure to share the screen and stage with you. So before we turn to VRV, I will just request you to give an overview of the IPL. And in fact, I would like to say before that the IPL is probably being looked forward to now more in terms of nothing else happening. So that at least we have something very entertaining coming up every evening. We'll get to watch some cricket live from Dubai. I believe there are 3 grounds which are going to be used this time in the IPL, and the matches are starting on the 19th. I believe all the 8 teams are in a bubble sort of arrangement. There are going to be no spectators, no other paraphernalia. There is going to be no opening ceremony. And I think it's all for the good. But one thing that we can be assured of is exciting cricket. And that is something which we all look forward to. So, Mr. Lokpalli, I'll just request you to give an overview of how the IPL has been over the years and what are you looking forward to or not looking forward to this year. Over to you.
Yeah, I think let me first begin by wishing VRB a very happy birthday, and
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
it's been a pleasure. I remember covering some of VRB's matches in the IPL itself, the first 3 editions, and then of course fitness issues took him away from us, at least from the cricket field. We've been in touch, and now that he is doing very well as coach of the Chandigarh team. IPL definitely has grown into, as we know, the premier T20 tournament outside the T20 World Cup, which sort of promotes the cream of world cricket. But here, to tell you very honestly, Vivek and VRV, when it began in 2008, we all had our apprehensions, and especially old timers like me, we were wondering, where would this tournament have a place? Because there was already a cricket World Cup, 50 overs. There was already uh, so much of test cricket happening. So where was the space for a T20 private league? Most of us, we were wrong. Of course, we were to be we were proved wrong. The tournament was a huge success. The first game, Vivek, if you remember, at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, uh, Kolkata Knight Riders and Royal Challengers Bangalore, and that fabulous innings by McCallum, it set the trend. It set the trend. I think you should give. I'll give a lot of credit to the spectators in Bangalore. They filled up the stadium, and that enthusiasm was so infectious. It spread. It spread to other venues, and it became a kind of competition to cheer your team, fill up the stands, create noise, enjoy, which was something very, very strange or very new for reporters of my generation. I mean, I had not known somebody clapping in the press box. So here we could see some of the journalists jumping and cheering their local team. So it was good. It has, I think, sustained cricket. It has brought in a lot of money. It has created employment, and it's a very elite, I should say, entity, IPL. Uh, and it is not the first time it's going to happen in Dubai. We have already seen there in 2014, and UAE, Sharjah especially, has seen some of the greatest of one-day games. So I'm looking forward to some exciting cricket. Yes, because you can't go out. You have to sit at home, and why not watch some cricket? We recently saw this bio bubble test cricket in England. It was conducted so beautifully. There was not one incident. We got to see some cricket, yes, without spectators, without the usual noise. But ultimately, for people like me who have watched Ranji Trophy without a single spectator, it doesn't make a difference, because there are times when you are watching a game on mute. So this is as good as mute when you're not hearing any noise. But it will be a new experience, especially for the players, because how would they motivate themselves? Because when you play a good shot, you get a good wicket, and there is no appreciation from the stands, you feel very awkward. So let us see, we'll able to what kind of cricket we get to see. But I hope there will be some exciting cricket.
I think that was a very good opening statement, Mr. Lokapalli. It really set the context for our discussion. I think we have given the ethos, the beginnings, and you have come to the present event. It's just like writing a very good copy for your newspaper, the Hindu, from which you recently retired, and
Yes.
fantastic. So I'm
Yes.
very happy to come to VRV, but before that, I'll just add a bit of my own ideas. What Mr. Lokapalli said is absolutely correct. Firstly, we look forward to some exciting cricket. And secondly, the IPL has known these changes and innovations. It was played in South Africa once. It came off in the beginning as a controversial tournament with Mr. Lalit Modi, and then it went on to become controversial in terms of some fixing. But it seems to have not only survived but actually flourished. And it is a fact that players across the world are today looking forward to the IPL more than even playing for the national teams, which to me is absolutely not acceptable. But there are obviously players who look forward to that. And what you said about loyalties of local teams is something that India had not experienced except for football, perhaps to some extent. East Bengal, Mohan Bagan, maybe Churchill Brothers or JCT Phagwara football clubs. Now in cricket, it was always India or nothing else. And the state Ranji matches were without spectators, as you say, but that loyalty or that excitement factor in the Ranji matches was not that much. And players really don't have a problem playing in front of empty stadium. They are used to it in first class cricket, as you rightly said. DRB must have played many a game in an empty stadium in his career. But in the IPL and in a top match, it is normally the spectators who get the adrenaline going and the excitement. So that part will be missed. However, I think the IPL has come at the right time, and I think some of the players are looking forward to proving their form and fitness and looking forward to this almost like a World Cup, because it's 7 or 8 months of building up to something in a way that IPL to aega hi aega. So VRV, what are you looking forward to in IPL 2020? और आपको अपना जो शुरू के मैचेस अगर ध्यान है आईपीएल के, तो आपको कैसा लगा था उस टाइम आईपीएल खेल? Why don't you talk about that also?
See, I guess I was the last generation. जो I guess टेस्ट क्रिकेट को was मतलब 2006 में I played टेस्ट क्रिकेट, then 2008 IPL came off, and after that so many players came into limelight because of IPL, and before that it was hardships in Ranji Trophy. I remember Vijay sir came to in my first season in Delhi, then came to Mumbai for semi-finals. He was one of the honest journalists who covered us, and given us a good fame also when we performed well, and we had a good relation out of the field also. So I'm very happy, and I'm sharing stage with him today, and thanks for inviting me. So playing IPL for first 3 years, first year was definitely a boom, because after India won 2007 World Cup, then we had a IPL in 2008 April. So before that, means so many people didn't know what will happen, but definitely playing was fun. And even I was in the setup of T20 World Cup in 2007, but I didn't got to get chance in the team, but I was in first 20. So I knew that it's gonna be good, because there was uh, few county tournaments, championships were happening before in England. So we used to watch that, and so definitely there was a competition. But when I played, I guess there are two things on that time which I felt that few people actually thought that it is the cricket, but I personally feel that I was always fond of Test cricket. I always wanted to be a Test cricketer, and I wanted to play more cricket what I played. So in Test cricket, I mean. So, but I feel उस टाइम पे जब आईपीएल खेले हम, but it was fun. We reached semi-final और मैंने अच्छा भी किया पहले साल, and I bowled very well in all the games, most of the games. So it was good. But I personally feel that IPL अभी जो हो रहा है, it's very different because no spectators and no cricket from last 6 months. जब 6 months से cricket नहीं हो रही, so I know many cricketers who are playing, few cricketers from Punjab and Chandigarh who are going to play in IPL. Their mindset is their mindset was kind of they were waiting for it कि कब होगा, but now it is happening. I feel इंडिया में जैसा आईपीएल होता है, आई डोंट थिंक वैसा होगा बिकॉज इंडिया पैक हाउसेस स्पेशली मुंबई एंड बैंगलोर and most of the matches in Eden Garden. But I feel it's very good for mental health also because most of the India is not is under kind of nothing is happening since 20th of March. So and it's almost 6 months on 19th. तो 6 महीने बाद कुछ शुरू होगा एंड हर कुछ ना कुछ मतलब एवरीवन हैव समथिंग टू लुक अप एवरी इवनिंग. तो तो प्लेयर्स के साथ साथ आई गेस एक स्पेक्टेटर्स के रिगार्डिंग भी बहुत बढ़िया चीज है ये कि क्रिकेट शुरू हो रही है एंड साथ में दैट मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज व्हिच पीपल आर स्ट्रगलिंग दीज डेज दैट विल डेफिनेटली गिव देम समथिंग. मेरे ख्याल से जो सा वो क्रिकेट होगा 3 घंटे 3.5 घंटे का, डेफिनेटली गिव देम अ गुड मूड एंड गुड चेंज ऑफ माइंड. So I feel my personal experience was good playing IPL, but I personally still feel that for a youngster, I always advise in even Ranji Trophy game, always found of longer format 4 day cricket. If you work hard for Test cricket or 4 day cricket longer version, then you can be a good cricketer in any format. That's my personal advice to all the youngsters, even in my Ranji Trophy team. So IPL is very good, T20 is very good, but I guess the people who have played more than 100 test matches or who have done these kind of things in good in test cricket, they I'm more fond of
That's
them.
true. I
Yeah.
totally agree. We are well said, in fact, very well spoken. And we, Mr. Lokpalli and I are also traditional cricket lovers. He more than I,
Yeah.
but we love Test cricket more than one days. We love one days more than T20. That I think is pretty clear. But Test cricket is the real thing.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. However, I
So
want to talk
one
about.
more thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We
One
go
more
ahead.
thing I want. One more thing I want to say that 6 test matches that happened in UK, 3 West Indies and 3 England, and West Indies won that test match against England. Everyone think West Indies is the T20 team or a shorter format team, but they did really well in UK. They won the test match, and the old West Indian flavor we saw, especially in that guy Shannon Gabriel. He bowled really
Yes.
well in first test match. So I feel I feel the inner satisfaction when you get 5 wickets in test match or 10 wickets in test match. I guess that is a bigger satisfaction in cricket.
Yeah, in fact, before I come to Mr. Lokpalli again, I would like to add that the very fact that some sports has taken place, I actually wrote a piece that sports can actually energize the whole world. And what BRB rightly said is that this mental stress, firstly, if people are able to carry out some physical activity outdoors, that is good for them because that mental stress reduces when you have physical exercise. Secondly, when they watch sports, that also really, really helps them to focus on a better thing rather than focusing on, let me not name any channel, but shoddy news debates and controversies which are best, pushed to the background. Sports taking over the mindset of people is a great idea. Coming to the IPL itself, we know that 5 teams have won the IPL till today, and Mumbai Indians is the one which has won it 4 times. Chennai Super Kings has won the most matches till today. Rajasthan Royals petered out after their first victory under Shane Warne when they won the first ever IPL in the most exciting final ever. But the teams that have really done well consistently are Mumbai Indians, Chennai, and perhaps Kolkata. The lowest rung has been made up normally by Punjab, Delhi. and Rajasthan also now has been rather low in the last few years. So, what is it? What is that factor which is required by an IPL team? Is it the management? Is it only the players? Is it the strategy? Mr. Lokapalli, what is it? Or is it only luck in T20? What is it that makes a team champion of IPL?
I think luck would be the last factor. I mean, everyone will tell you you need luck, yes, but IPL. I'm so happy we talks of Test cricket, Days cricket, where it's every session offers very intriguing challenges. Every session, and
Yes.
here you've got to last what 20 overs, but the challenges of T20 are very different. They are challenges are happening every moment, every ball. So you have to be physically very strong, physically very agile, athletic, and you have to be tactically very what should I say, very intelligent. You have to study the opponents so minutely. If you notice during a T20 game, the video analyst, VRV, correct me, video analyst is the busiest man. uh, uh,
Hmm.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
studying, and yeah, he's looking at all the combinations, and he's passing on messages that so and so batsman is strong in this area, this bowler is
Yeah.
strong in this area. So it is a very tactical battle going on, which is not visible. I mean, we think from outside कि भाई हर बॉल पे बैट घुमा दिया. It's not like that. बैट हर बॉल पे बैट तो घुमाना है, but there is science behind it. There is, if you see, the best brains of the game are involved in IPL. And it is
Yeah.
not just when a franchisee is investing, he's also thinking 10 times कि मैंने ये ठीक कोच लिया है कि नहीं, मेरा कोचिंग स्टाफ है कि नहीं. So here I think the support staff plays a huge role in preparing a team for IPL. The trainers, the physios, the physios are also very busy. They have to keep the players very fit,
Yeah.
and ultimately it is your performance on the ground. See, it is the now imagine the challenge of defending maybe 12 runs in an over, right? The last over, and you have to bowl defend 12 runs, and you end up giving away say 10 runs in the first four deliveries. So to defend the target, imagine the kind of pressure the bowler must be facing. Imagine the
Yeah.
pressure the batsman also must be facing. So it is a pressure game, and I know for one thing that they don't blame each other. In
Yeah.
T20, you don't really blame one individual. I mean, if अगर मैंने VRV को लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का मार दिया, तो VRV को कोई डांटेगा नहीं, क्योंकि हो जाता है. I mean, it can be also that
Yeah.
VRV मुझे बोल्ड भी कर देगा लास्ट बॉल पे. So it is, they understand each other, they support each other, and fortunes are swinging every over, every ball. It's excitement, and teams have come to understand that IPL has to be played very tactically, very strategically, and which is the best part of it.
Yes.
Absolutely well said. And BRB, I'm coming to you now. भी लोकपल्ली साहब ने आपको लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का मार दिया, आप खुश नहीं लग रहे थे उस बात पे. But but the point is that you have bowled in 2020 and you have bowled in test matches and you have bowled in one days. So let's talk about fast bowling and also bowling, even as you can talk about spinners also as a bowler.
Yeah.
What is the strategy of a bowler in a 2020 game in those 4 overs which he has? What is the
Yeah.
strategy कि मेरी ये 24 बॉलें, एक तो 24 की 25 नहीं होनी चाहिए, कोई नो बॉल नहीं होनी चाहिए, वो 24
Yeah.
बॉलें मैं क्या करूंगा? What is the strategy?
There are two things, sir. As Vijay sir said, improvisation and decision making. वो spot on होनी चाहिए आपकी. And personally, when I used to bowl like 1 or 2 overs in circle, then later on in the slog overs. So I used to always feel that I need to know my strengths before I go for the batsman. Because if I'm bowling someone like Gale, I know his feet, he don't move his feet well. So I will definitely go, with the length bowling and little bit, in a little bit outside off stump, because he will try to slash you. Or either if you give him so much short length balls, or if you give him, so much full delivery, that's what he's waiting for. You have to give him good length, Test cricket bowling, because I remember Tom Moody was my coach in Kings 11 Punjab. So he always used to tell me one thing, that I got a bounce in my bowling and I have good pace. So I just use that Test cricket bowling. Straight away some bowlers I see, they go for Yorkers or slower ones before even batsman is attacking. You just bowl them a good length balls towards stumps, if batsman is not good if not in the good, if facing in the stumps, or if someone is like Gale, who is not moving his feet well, so you can go a bit wide, and you could try your Yorker also outside off stump, because he only uses bat, don't use his feet. So I personally used to bowl always कि अगर कोई अच्छा बैट्समैन, आई रिमेम्बर बॉलिंग, विजय सर ने शायद मेरा मैच देखा भी होगा, एंड आपने भी शायद देखा होगा, एक मैच था हमारा मुंबई इंडियंस वर्सेस किंग्स इन मुंबई. तो उस मैच में दे नीडेड 18 रन्स. सो फर्स्ट बॉल एक्चुअली मेरे हाथ से स्लिप हुआ बॉल, एंड इट वेंट फॉर अ सिक्स. उसका नॉट फ्रंट ऑफ द विकेट, बैक, मतलब थर्ड मैन के ऊपर 6 रन हो गए. तो आई रिमेम्बर
आजकल
नेक्स्ट
वो भी
बॉल
होता है.
कैच ड्रॉप हुआ, 10 रन हो गए. हाँ, दो 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 बॉलों पे 10 रन हो गए, एंड आई रिमेम्बर दैट गेम. सो बट देन आई रियलाइज कि अभी टैलेंटर्स बैटिंग कर रहे हैं. सो आई मेड माई डिसीजन, इवन एवरीवन वाज टेलिंग मी गो फॉर द यॉर्कर और डू स्लोअर वन. व्हाट आई डिड इज आई बोल्ड ऑल बॉल्स लेंथ बॉल्स. तो लेंथ बॉल से क्या हो रहा था, बिकॉज इन मुंबई यू गेट बाउंस फ्रॉम द विकेट. तो लेंथ बॉल से दे वर नॉट एबल टू पिक द बॉल इजिली, एंड तो मतलब बाउंड्रीज और सिक्सेस वर नॉट गोइंग इजिली. So at last ball they needed 2 runs. Then I bowled a full ball straight to the mid off, sorry, straight to the covers, and वो run out हुआ अपना. I don't remember the batsman name, Mumbai Indians का था, but यूवी ने run out किया था. And I guess that was the most you know जो मतलब कि मेरे में भी उस मैच में काफी प्रेशर था. But in when you come to Test cricket, it's all different. As Vijay sir said, Test cricket में होता है कि how much you bowl, at the same area, even you have to be very patient. Maybe some days, you need to be like 20 overs, maybe you will not get any wicket. But at session by session, you have to bowl. If you're bowling 5 to 6 hour spells, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि कि what are your strengths, what is wicket like, and what is a batsman. I remember bowling to Brian Lara in St. Kitts, and he saved the match from India. I remember I was bowling to him, and he had so much of time. He was doing it easily. And other side, I was bowling to Ramdin here, and he was not comfortable playing me. So, but as a bowler, I knew it. Ki when you have to get the great batsman out, you have to be very patient in Test cricket, and so that's why I guess कि T20 and Test cricket में बहुत difference है. And I remember playing all these 3 years of IPL. And IPL में भी improvisation batsman में later on बहुत ज़्यादा आ गई थी. First पहले edition में I remember someone like Dilshan was only playing that scoop shot, and later on 50% of
Everybody.
cricketers batsmen were playing improvisation. बहुत ज़्यादा हो गई थी. कोई scoop खेल रहा था, कोई reverse sweep खेल रहा था, even for the fast bowlers. So I remember that कि जैसे से IPL भी बढ़ता गया है, तो साथ के इम्प्रोवाइजेशन भी आई है, एंड बॉलर्स की क्वालिटी भी बढ़ी है. लाइक बॉलर आर एग्जीक्यूटिंग यॉर्कर्स एंड स्लोअर वंस वेल. तो शुरू में मोस्ट ऑफ द बॉलर्स आई रिमेम्बर जब 2008 में जैसे कि बॉस ऑस्ट्रेलियन आए थे, आई रिमेम्बर ग्लेन मैकग्राथ प्लेड अ गेम अगेंस्ट अस इन मोहाली, and he bowled his traditional line and length bowling, and he was not that quick that time, but he still bowled well, because he was bowling at the right area, he knew his
Yeah,
strength.
yeah,
So I remember कि अच्छी अगर बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं हमारे आजकल के जैसे यंगस्टर जितने भी हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ द बॉलर्स गो फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट बॉल कि वो बैट्समैन को देख के कुछ इधर उधर करना शुरू कर देते हैं. आई गेस दैट्स टाइम एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर लाइक गेल डिविलियर्स, they pick the
they
mind of
will.
the bowlers कि इनको अटैक कर सकते हैं.
I agree with you. We experience also plays a game, and in fact, IPL has evolved. T20 cricket has evolved. Mr. Lokapalli also said it is very, very different today. Very strategies are high. People like Ricky Ponting are in the coaching staff, and they know what to do. Now, I'm going to toss the teams to you one by one very quickly. I don't want detailed analysis because we don't have that much time. But I'm just going to talk about the teams broadly, and what can they look forward to. So one by one, I'll come to you both. I'm going to start with Mumbai Indians. Vijayji, what does Mumbai Indians look like?
I think it's a very compact team, and with Rohit Sharma in such splendid form, and he's a very good captain. I mean, if you see in these IPL teams, so a lot would depend on Rohit's form.
And
Yeah.
VRV, what about Kings 11 Punjab?
Kings 11 Punjab again on KL Rahul and I guess Chris Gale. If they do well from most of the matches from up front, I guess they will do well. And the middle order is bit young, but I guess they still have the chance कि वो because वो अच्छा करते हैं हर साल, but I guess कि उनको थोड़ा सा आगे आना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा सा अपने आप को क्योंकि अपलिफ्ट करना पड़ेगा बिकॉज वो थोड़ा सा आई गेस मिडिल ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट जाके हर साल थोड़ा बहुत लैक करते हैं आई गेस कि उनके यंगस्टर्स को स्पेशली उनके फास्ट बॉलिंग है जैसे मोहम्मद शमी है उनके पास ही इज वेरी की आल्सो ही इज मोहम्मद शमी इज वेरी की आल्सो मोहम्मद शमी अगर अच्छा एग्जीक्यूट करेगा अपना स्पेशली लेटर पार्ट ऑफ द बॉलिंग 18th or 20th over I guess he is very crucial and he bowled very well in last 1 year so he will be
I
very
agree. I
crucial also.
agree. In fact, BRV, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. KXIP always peters off in the second half, and they have always finished badly because once they came second, otherwise they can do much better. But I'm going to talk about
Yeah.
Kolkata Knight Riders
Yeah.
again, Vijayji. Kolkata Knight Riders, KKR.
I think the most important factor for them is the loyalty factor. They have a team with Callis there. He lays importance on fact that every player has to give his best. They're not depending on. There's no star value. They have
Yeah.
picked the right players, but star value nahi hai. They want every player to perform. So it can definitely be a dangerous team.
Yes, absolutely. VRV, what about Rajasthan? Rajasthan has done well only in the beginning of the tournament and petered off. Now Rahane has also shifted to Delhi. Steve Smith is likely to be the captain. What do you think about Rajasthan Royals?
Ben Stroke is coming, sir, or not? I'm not sure.
Ben Stokes is
Vijay
in
sir,
the
Ben
team.
Stroke
Yeah, his name is there. Yeah.
is, is
No.
coming, but I guess वो थोड़ी family problems यार. I don't know what kind of mindset he is in. But I
Stokes
guess
will.
definitely मैं उससे जो सा है लड़का वो महाराष्ट्र का है. I'm forgetting his name. Yashasvi Jaiswal. I want to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
him
yeah.
play a good cricket
Yes, yes. Yeah,
because
yeah,
he is
yeah.
very
He's
good.
good.
Yeah, he's very good. And I guess our captain Manan Vora gets chance in RR's team this year.
That means the Chandigarh captain, yes, he is also in the RR team. And also, I think Sarfraz is also there. He's also a very exciting batsman.
And
And Vijayji
Jofra Archer.
coming. Yeah, yeah. And coming to the famous team of CSK, Dhoni is there, and we are looking forward to seeing some fitness fireworks from Dhoni and the team. Vijayji?
Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, Dhoni, every time the IPL begins, CSK is the eternal favorite. And Dhoni is expected to win the tournament single handed because he can do whatever he wants on the cricket field. And he's such an inspiring figure. So, CSK again, it's one team which has a fantastic fan base and they haven't disturbed the combination. If you remember, there are not many changes in CSK. So Dhoni is they'll definitely miss Suresh Raina. He's been the one of the finest T20 players we have known, and especially in IPL, he's been a big player. So Dhoni
Yes.
will have added responsibility, and you can again expect CSK to start as favorite.
I
Yeah.
totally agree. Raina and Kohli have in fact been the top scorers of the IPL, and Raina was for many years was number one. In the beginning, actually, the competition, you'll be surprised. I was seeing a graphic. Tendulkar was in the first three in the first 2 or 3 years, and then came people like Dhoni and Gautam Gambhir and Raina and Kohli, the top scorers. But coming to Delhi Capitals, what about Delhi? I think Delhi did well last year to get to number three. What are the chances of Delhi this time?
Definitely, sir. Delhi के chances तो every team has a chance, but I guess from the top, I guess any team wants to do well. And उनके जैसे top three batsmen has to do well. Shikhar Dhawan, Rishabh Pant, and these are the guys who I can say कि जो
Shreyas
Indian
Iyer,
team,
yeah.
yeah, Shreyas Iyer, he is very important also. So these guys can, if they guys do well initially in the tournament, actually everyone is coming after so long. तो आई गेस जो जल्दी क्लिक करेगा इस टूर्नामेंट में वो फायदा ले जाएगा बिकॉज सब 6 महीने से घर में थे and suddenly this is happening, and they haven't played any cricket yet. And so I guess कि इनके top three batsmen हैं, they need to score heavy runs, because not only कि just couple of 2-3 50s in the season. I guess कि every game they need to contribute well. And coming back to CSK, I want to say one thing, that Raina gonna get missed very badly, because
Yes.
Raina fielding, bowling, and batting तो सबको पता ही है. Raina is the biggest star, I guess, in the IPL from last 10 years. And secondly, I don't know Harbhajan Singh is playing or not. Sir, is he playing?
No.
Doesn't
No,
seem.
he's
No.
so one thing. Harbhajan Singh is the best economy in India as for spinners. So his economy is around 6. So especially to the left-handers when he come with a new ball, and he also gonna get missed, because the experience of bowlers like Bhaji and Ashwin, and because these two bowlers, I feel ki very for left-handers it's very difficult to play them. And I guess Bhaji is not playing also means will be little bit of setback to Chennai, because
To
one thing is
Chennai.
there, maybe no one is thinking about that ki, when IPL plays in India, so weather gets hotter and hotter. But now weather will be hot initially, but later on it will get pleasant in Dubai. So wicket will
Right.
gets better also over there, because
Right.
October weather in UAE is better than normal weather, heat hot weather. But so I guess Bhaji is also gonna get missed initially, because initially I think ball will turn there. So let's see
Well
what
said. Well
CSK
said.
will do, but definitely Dhoni will come up with few ththings. He will definitely have some tricks in his mind. So I guess as Vijay sir said, CSK is always favorite. Doesn't matter कि उनकी form कैसी है कैसी नहीं है, but they are always in the IPL. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got two teams
Sure.
left, and we should talk about them also. And we have a very star team which never wins the IPL, Bangalore. What to do about them, Vijay?
Yeah, twice finalists. They again like CSK and Mumbai Indians. They have a huge fan base who turn up in big numbers to support the team. And it somehow, I mean, with players like De Villiers and Virat Kohli, they have not been able to win the title. They have reached the finals twice, but this maybe you never know. This could be the IPL for RCB. And yes, some people are coming out of a lot of rustiness.
Yeah.
But players like Virat Kohli or players like De Villiers, I don't think they'll ever be rusty. You just wake them up at 2 in the morning, they'll go and bat as if as fresh as ever. So I expect these two to turn the fortunes.
In fact, you're right. Kohli, in fact,
Yeah.
posted after batting in the nets after 7 months. He said, it feels like 6 days only that I was in the nets last time.
I
BRV, what about
suspect
Hyderabad?
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
suspect
Vijay.
he must have built a indoor facility in his house in Mumbai, and he was practicing secretly.
Knocking to karte hi honge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
BRV, what about
Yeah.
Hyderabad?
Hyderabad, I
Sunrisers,
guess
Hyderabad.
balanced balanced team in
Balanced
the
team.
IPL. उनके
David Warner is
the
a
seam
big
attack they
force.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, the seam attack. Even they are very young. Siddharth Kaul, Sandeep Sharma, and Khalil, and they are very much balanced in the bowling department. And with Rashid Khan is the X factor, and because Rashid Khan is never out of the game. And I am actually very happy that like old days I used to see few bowlers suddenly change the game. Rashid Khan is one of them. कि एकदम आता है 1-2 विकेट लेता है और जल्दी से ओवर डालता है 4 ओवर में 10 रन 2-3 विकेट तो दैट डेफिनेटली पुट लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर ऑन अदर साइड एंड विद केन विलियमसन इज वेरी कूल एंड आई गेस कि वो बहुत काम है इंसान तो हिज डिसीजन मेकिंग इज आल्सो वेरी गुड and David Warner definitely I feel he is hungry to do well in IPL and because in England he didn't did well that much so I'm sure for my favorites I go for Sunrisers and CSK.
Okay, Sunrisers and CSK. And you, Mr. Lokapalli, you said Chennai and any other?
See, Chennai, RCB, Mumbai Indians, everybody knows, right? But
Yeah.
if you sit down and analyze one team which has been picked very well it has strength in every department, and it has a fantastic coach in Ricky Ponting. I think you should watch out for Delhi Capitals.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I think Delhi has really moved well. Their team, if you look on paper, is absolutely very good. But then IPL is a very, very unpredictable game, and 14 matches, you never know, such a long tournament. People peter out, some people pick up. We have a couple of questions from the audience which we must take. And our co-founder Chitranjan is asking, there was a controversy in early years about the fake IPL player, and there was this person who actually came to our playwright and he spoke also. So controversies actually sometimes help events to become more popular. What is your overall view, Mr. Lokpalli?
Well, Vivek, a friend of mine, Vedam Jaishankar, is recently come out with a book on controversies of cricket. A very well researched, very well written book. The game has often thrived, but controversy. See, you don't enter the field to create a controversy, right? Sometimes situations lead to controversy. Some events will happen. Somebody will react on the field, and there will be a controversy. And as far as the biggest controversy, match fixing, who do you blame? The players.
Yeah.
Administrators you can't blame, or the media, right, or the spectators. The fault lay with the players. So it is ultimately responsibility of the players to ensure that they play within the laws of the game, spirit of the game is maintained, so there won't be any controversy.
You are getting happy birthday wishes from Sudeep and Devinder VRV. So a lot of happy birthdays are coming. And one
Thank you.
comment from Nagesh Gupta is that the mental ability of the player along with tactical ability of support staff is very important. Yes, he's right. And Sanjay Dhul is saying that all captains have the potential to win the game for their team. It will be a battle of captaincy, he says. I think the team is also very important. Peaking early will also be a problem, Chitranjan says. Yes, in a long tournament, consistency and it is the long term game. Dhoni, for example, always never looks worried when they lose in the beginning. Chennai always bounces back. Even in the middle of a match, when you are down and out in 10 overs, you can still win in the next 10 overs. As VRV said, a bowler or batsman can change the game very quickly. And as Mr. Lokpalli said very rightly, when Brendan McCullum hit that 150 plus in the very first match of the IPL, he said the context, it was probably a divine kind of intervention. You can't write such a script. It just happened, the full house, and now IPL has become a part of our load. We never thought we will be cheering if Dhoni gets out. If you are a Punjab fan, you are cheering when Dhoni is out against Punjab. It never happened before. So these kinds of loyalties of state, of city, of local teams, they also come, and we are fortunate, in fact, that IPL is happening. Just now, US Open tennis has been conducted successfully. French Open is going to happen. Italian Open is just on, I think, and we had great series in England. Sports is something which can energize the whole world. So I'm going to request both of you to give your closing remarks on how sports and cricket can make the world a better place once again, and how important it is once again. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Lokpalli, for your last remark.
Well, I've been a sports journalist all my life, so I want sport to happen. It gives you a lot of joy. It gives you a reason to celebrate. Sport is celebration, right? You there are times when even you learn so much in defeat, and only sport teaches you camaraderie. A loser will go and shake hands with the winner and say, "Well played." In
Yeah.
every sport. So a sport we have to have sport, and this IPL I'm sure will be a big hit because people will be sitting at home and looking for avenues to share their joy, cheer. It doesn't matter which team are you cheering because there's nobody inside the ground, right? You'll be cheering in your homes. So pray for your players and expect and pray for some good action, and also pray for their health because they are playing in a very difficult situation, this bio bubble, and please try to understand that for the players also it's a huge challenge. They've never seen this kind of a scenario in their life. Nobody has, and then we expect them
Nobody.
to perform, expect them to do well and be at their fittest. So I think we must cheer the players for taking the risk. They have gone away from home, mind you, right? They have also taken a risk. They may be getting money, but Of course, they have taken a risk by going there, and they are
Yeah.
playing for our entertainment. So let us cheer them.
Yeah, let
Yeah.
us share them. VRV, your closing remarks.
Definitely, sir. IPL. I will go for IPL. That IPL is a festival in India, and everyone celebrates it. Everyone watches it, and everyone wants to be a part of it. So I wish all the players good luck, and I wish them a good health, as Lokpali sir said, and good luck. And I hope that nothing will happen regarding Corona, and I wish them all luck. And one more thing I want to say, that we should also, be very thankful for the players who have gone there to play cricket, and with that, I guess half of the world will get entertained for next 40-45 days. So I wish them all good luck. And sports, I will get back to sports. Sports is very important for the mental health, and definitely, it gives you a lot of, joy and happiness when you watch it and when you play it. And I personally, I'm very happy that personally as a coach, and I'm gonna learn a lot of things from this IPL. As a coach, it's every day is new, so आप रोज कुछ ना कुछ देखते हो, कुछ ना कुछ पढ़ते हो, from seniors, from juniors, you can learn anytime. So I, as Lokpali sir said, स्पोर्ट्स होनी चाहिए, और अच्छी मान और मर्यादा के बीच में डेफिनेटली होनी चाहिए, जो हमारे यंगस्टर्स आने वाले हैं उनको भी कुछ ना कुछ मोटिवेशन मिले. एंड ऑल आई कैन से गुड लक फॉर एवरीवन.
Very well said, both of you. I think you spoke so well, and it's a pleasure to have been a part of this conversation. I totally agree. Sports is the most beautiful thing that mankind can indulge in, and so much of joy, so many good hormones, happy thoughts, and sports brings out the best in most people. And it's a wonderful feeling to be talking about sports after so long. And live cricket is coming. We have a great love for cricket. All other sports are secondary to, I think, the three of us at least, and many people agree with
Yeah.
us. So let's enjoy cricket, and let's enjoy the IPL. So IPL shorts will also be coming out from PlayWrite every day. We'll have 2-minute sessions on Instagram assessing the previous match and looking forward to the next match. So you can look forward to those on Instagram. And see you both, and let's have a wrap up of the IPL once it's over. See you again for that show. Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank,
much.
thank you, sir.
Thank you, VRV. Thank you.